Today, we are going to discuss the last recap that Ken and Gypsy did. And the only reason that I decided to do this is because I wanted to kind of keep up to date so people aren't confused, because another episode will be coming out soon. I do not do recaps of it, but there was some things that caught my attention that I haven't heard a lot talked about. And hello, everybody. I am back. Thank you so much for coming in today. My name is Lisa, and this is The Search. I have been gone for a few weeks. As you guys know, my mother had an emergency surgery, and she also has dementia. So afterwards, she had to go into a rehab facility. So that is where all my time has been dedicated to. So I want to thank you for all the blessings and prayers. Now, while I had a lot of downtime with taking care of her and watching over her, luckily I was able to get more invested in some other crimes and some things that I've wanted to look into. And I just felt like I needed to, and that's what I was going to cover for this today. Now, let's get started. First, I want to shout out to Renelle. I will tell you that I have some receipts in here. I do not watch when Gypsy comes on. Okay, I do not make sure that I'm catching all her lives and doing it. So I want to thank the people that do that. And I will say that there was a couple receipts that I was able, because Renelle does have the full lives on there. So please go over. I absolutely love watching her. I love hearing her commentary. So guys, please go check out. I'm going to put her in my description. So thank you, Renelle. All right. So while I am watching this recap and things they're saying, there was things that stuck out to me. So let's start with it. The first thing that sticks out to me is when they start to discuss about somebody riding down the street. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that for you.
House and film her.
Psychopath.
She's 6 months pregnant. She's carrying our child. They know her address, and you just never know how unhinged people are going to be.
I don't feel safe.
Unhinged enough to actually drive to her house and record it.
Yeah, that was.
These people are just literally I don't know.
So, what did you think of that? When I heard him call the person that did that a psychopath, that's what caught my attention. I thought, psychopath, which technically a psychopath is a person affected chronically by mental disorder with abnormal or violent behavior. Oh, you mean like smurdering their mom, maybe? Yeah, that would be a psychopath. And also, you're not in current time. That happened while she was pregnant. That has already been debunked, and nobody was trying to harm Gypsy. And you guys know that. Okay, so let's just get out that right now, I don't think you calling anybody psychopath would be the right thing for you to do, okay? I mean, say what you want, freedom of speech, but hey, I don't know. Do the definition yourself, honey, because I think it's real close to you, sitting next to you, okay? All right, moving forward, talking about, the person that, drove by their house, and they talk about, her fearing for herself. And she does discuss, that she cannot, have weapons. Of course, she is on parole, and being pregnant, and with anybody, not just Gypsy. I can see where that is, kind of like a conflict. I mean, it's rough after you murder your mom and get out early, and everybody knows what the truth is now, and, and not kind of being liked by a lot of people. I'm sure that does kind of put a little monkey on your back, But let's play this real quick, and I want you to listen to how Ken responds after Gypsy makes the comment that she can have mace. So remember, she brings up first about that she can use mace while she's on parole, okay? So let's check that out.
And since I'm on parole, I can't own any weapons. I could have mace,
It's okay, I got some.
I got some mace too. But I mean, as a pregnant person, how are you gonna defend yourself? That's what I kept thinking is like, if it push came to shove, what am I supposed to do?
I got you.
You wasn't there, babe.
Well,
You over here.
Going forward. Oh, Christy's got you too.
Yeah, but my parents were actually out of state when this happened.
Right.
I was alone.
Which
6 months
which
pregnant.
we don't, yeah, which we mitigate that now. Whenever she's gonna be alone, we bring her back here. So,
With, of course, the permission of my PO.
of course, yes, every time.
On parole, you cannot be in a house with anybody with firearms, okay? She can carry mace, all right? But, she can't have it at her house. And she said, they have cameras, things like that when she's over with Christy. But, after she mentions the mace, Ken kind of chimes in and says, well, I got some. Well, I don't think he was referring to mace because, see, the conversation doesn't add up right. Now, if she would have never mentioned mace or anything like that, and then she just says, there's some things I can have, and he said, well, I've got mace stuff. No, it was her, well, I can carry mace, and he's like, well, I got something. So what you're saying is she is over there with you, staying with you, and you've got something. What is that something? And she quickly was like, oh, I have mace too, did the little funny lip. I've got, like, that wasn't even a common response you would make, because he wasn't saying, I have mace. He was like, well, I've got something. I mean, now, facts and speculation. Facts are he did not state that he was holding anything for protection. Speculation is it totally does not make sense that he was just saying, oh, I have mace. So my advice is you better be careful, because if anybody was to show up at your house, Ken, and do any kind of check for her parole and there was, guns there, I don't think that it would go over too well. So, like I said, there is a difference in facts and speculations. And just what I gathered from that, I think you have a little bit more than mace. Not saying that you are not allowed to, but while your girl that is on parole for murdering her mother and getting a man with autism and a low IQ on a disability check to actually do the, while she's there, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to make sure your house is empty. I'm sorry if you feel threatened, but, kind of goes with the territory, and you signed up. All right, moving forward. When they start kind of bringing in about her being a mom and people judging her on, is she going to be a good mom? Is she not? And they bring up a creator, okay? And no, they didn't put her name on the bottom, but if you have ever watched this creator, of course you know her voice. I mean, it's very distinctive. And also, a lot of us creators are very proud of the work that she has done. Well, let's see. Let's watch how she responded to when the creator came on and made an opinion about her, raising awareness and things like that.
Don't you find it kind of odd that Gypsy Rose is trying to be some sort of a mommy, blogger, influencer, whatever, posting all of her pregnancy and her baby stuff online when she doesn't even know how to take care of herself?
You never wanted a platform for awareness. You wanted a platform to
This
get famous.
bitch. I can't even believe they put her on there.
That's for sure. But in the most negative ways.
A lot of us have talked probably about this part, and I know that Nadatha has spoke on this herself. You say this bitch. Now, yeah, can it feel a little weird that somebody is saying something? But you know what? Facts are facts, and she is speaking facts. that you have not done anything for awareness. What, one day you decide to talk about your chromosome deletion? I don't know. Did that kind of like knock out all of your awareness for the year? I mean, all of your behavior throughout the year, I'll put it nicely, has shown that you did not want to be an awareness advocate. Maybe down the line you're going to try it, but we haven't seen that. And listen, the woman that you called a bitch is someone that has actually been incarcerated with you, accepted her accountability, then comes out and has done nothing but work her ass off to work with prison reform, to help people getting out, working with people trying to find, it's a Christian base, homes, and trying to get people on the right tracks when they get out. She has done so much, and I encourage you, please go and follow Nadatha. A lot of you, if you know me, you do know who Nadatha is. I felt that was so insulting. And how dare you? Yeah, you might not like it that she made a comment, but the person that you did that to is someone that is making a big difference. And you know that. And at the very beginning, she tried to root for you. You caused her to change her mind. You did it. You need to take accountability, Gypsy. This is the thing. So I'm listening to these things and, the psychopath's comments, and, we talk about it could be mental disorders. I don't know what it's called when somebody pretends that somebody has asked them a question and that question was never asked, but you read it as if it was because you want to hear maybe what Ken's reaction is. I don't quite know what that's called. Let's listen to what I'm talking about first, and I want you to read the comments, okay? Because I went over this over and over to make sure I didn't miss anything, because the one thing when I do watch when somebody has screen recorded the live comments is I look in there to kind of see what kind of questions people are asking, who is in there, because some of y'all be playing both sides of the streets, and I'm not trying to play with people like that. Matter of fact, I don't play with many people at all because I have a lot on my plate. And so anyway, those are some of the reasons. And also I do keep up what's going on, so that way when I do find something that I think needs to be brought out, that's what it's for. So again, thank you to all that do that and share it with us. And I always say, please give credit to where credit is due. Let's play this about her and Ken. Are they getting married? Now I want you to watch the comments. And even when a little gift comes up, it doesn't block out things. Trust me, I played it over and over. And if you just pay attention to the top, you can slow it down. You can do whatever you want. But let's play that and then we'll talk about it.
The cheapest.
Incarcerated.
So
I didn't have the simple freedoms of life.
They're working.
For that.
And they're
I think the biggest thing for people when they get incarcerated is they miss the simple things, and they're like, I miss driving my car, I miss this, I miss that.
No, I got it.
I didn't have that. So I didn't have a form of reference of a normal life when I went in.
Oh, thank you for the
my experience was that prison was better than my life from before. Because I was able to at least
Are we getting
have
married?
simple
No.
things in small doses. It was still confined and restricted, but it was.
Now that you've seen that, there's comments in there complimenting her, different things like that. There's even one that's pinned, so there are people writing comments. Where did she get, are we getting married? No. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you if you were getting married. So, I don't know. I mean, Ken, would that fit under psychopath? I don't know what that's called. I know it's weird. So, that was just something else that I was just like, am I not? And then I try to give benefit of the doubt. Like, like some comments will be going so fast and maybe some came in later or whatever. No, because there was things she was replying, and no, sorry, Gyps. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, but no. I mean, trust me, nobody asked her in that time frame there, was she getting married. I mean, she was sitting there as if she was reading the comments, like, because Ken was paying attention to the TV, so he wasn't looking at the comments, he was watching. So that's something else. I mean, we could go on and to prove different things. But I want to just kind of stay on this topic here. And plus, I don't like to kind of go over what everybody else has been going over. I try to bring something new as possible. That kind of leads me into, we had a slip of the baby. We did. Do we think it was on purpose? I'll be honest. Hey, listen, some of me says yeah, because what perfect timing is it to come out, because the FOIAs are all out. It's something for people, everybody talk to kind of take away from everything else. And then there's some that, what, I think some, you can be so nervous not to, that you actually create your own fear, and, you slip and you don't. I don't know. Ken wasn't in the picture. It was just kind of convenient, wasn't all the way, looks like a slip. I don't know. I don't know if an accident or not. If I had to say not, if I was a betting person, I would have to say it wasn't an accident. But speculation and facts are always two different things. So we'll start with that. So now, we're edging into the mommy vlogging and trying to really do that. All right. It's kind of funny because it's like, you can tell almost like somebody is saying, all right, Gypsy, let's do the hair. These are some things you need to do. Let's talk about some products, that you've bought.
So today I'm going to be doing a product review of some of my favorite baby products. This is not sponsored. I did buy these products myself, and I just want to review them and tell you guys how I like them and what to not spend your money on. Okay, so the first product I want to talk about is this. So this is a Baby Bliss pillow. So it's a feeding pillow. This is great.
That was a quick clip of, stuff that she bought. And, just in case you need a recommendation of things not to do or buy, here's some things that she was not sponsored by. I mean, I've kind of been still waiting on what she got from the registry. That blew up right away, and it's just been so odd that she's had to have the big, baby shower and then buy a bunch of stuff for her house and Ken's house, even though she received all these gifts. I don't know, kind of strange that we've yet to see everything she got, and I don't know. So now we're doing that, which, okay, all right, if that's the route you want to go. Then we see another video also of her trying to get, advice from people, trying to be relatable, getting a baby on a schedule. Okay.
Sometimes parenthood is trying to start a routine, and 2 hours later, still awake.
So we see there that, she's looking for help, like I said before, on how, and she's just looking exhausted, and stuff like that. All right. So, we get a couple of those, and it's like, we're getting on a roll. We're trying to do this mommy vlog. I mean, you can't see the baby, you got a profile now, but we're trying to get into this mommy influence because we're hoping y'all forget everything I've ever done, that you're going to let me just move on and live my life and just forget everything I've done and forget all the FOIAs that are telling the truth that are coming out. Y'all, but then she does this. Now, are you allowed to have fun and do fun dances and trends and things as a mom? Of course you are. Of course you are. But there's a difference. The difference is if you are trying to make and create a mommy channel, a family channel, there is off limits to things you put on it. If you're going to do something like that, then you need to create something separate. Because if people are on there looking for this type of stuff, I don't think that putting the Juno position on there is the route you want to go. So see, what are you doing, Gypsy? Are you a mommy vlogger? Are you just trying to be this cool influencer? I mean, you've already told us you ain't going nowhere. I'm just going to show you a picture of the Juno position, because I'm not going to take the time to take the music out and all that. It's just not worth it to me. You guys know the video. It's things like that why we don't take you seriously, and we know this is all a joke, and this is all just a cash grab. Everything you put up is just a cash grab. We all know that the whole trying to be a mommy vlogger and a mommy influencer, or whatever she's trying to do, is just a deflection of really what's going on and what she's trying to do. Okay, it's not real. And also a little bit of advice: when you are trying to be a positive influencer, when you are trying to do things to be in the mommy world, the mommy trend, calling people a bitch, especially someone that is doing amazing things in a Christian environment for reform and to help people coming out, something you failed to do with having a platform with 9 million people and all the people you could reach out to help and to give back from everything that was stolen in your crimes before even going in, that you took, going on trips and doing things. You could give back a little bit. You have no idea what hard work is and what giving to the community is. Flying out to LA and doing a bullshit talk and I have covered that video. I've done that when you did that in real time, you see. So for you to do, and then for people to think that your little minions to think that Nadatha is just upset because her name wasn't on there. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, no, guys. Really pay attention to who's doing good. Then, Ken's calling people psychopaths. It makes no sense to us. How can you even, that doesn't even make sense when there's one sitting right next to you. Okay? So, with all that being said, I will round it out with one of the creepiest things that I found in this video. And that was when old Mike Stansfield shows up again. Okay, because remember, he was at the meet and greet at the book, store. And, he was the attorney that began this story. Okay, and began the Munchausen by proxy. Of course, now he's her manager, which would explain why a lot of things have been taken care of with her parole, because he manages, and he still practices law, and he travels with them. I always wondered who the photographer was when they would take all their pictures. I was like, because how would, wonder what people thought when Gypsy Rose was like, can you take my picture, out here? I always wondered what those people thought, but now we know who is taking the pictures of everything, of her and Ken when they're out and about, sightseeing on her business trip. Wonder where Mike sat out on the plane. Was he back in coach, you think? I don't know. So anyway, I absolutely, guys, this has all been just one story. That, remember, guys, this is media, and if one thing Gypsy Rose has really done to show us the truth is how fake Hollywood really is. Lifetime, you've really done a doozy on this one. We watched it happen in real life, and it's so funny to just see the narrative. But I don't know. There's some parts I think, Lifetime kind of trolls a little bit. So anyway, those were just some things that I found that were, kind of unacceptable. And I just felt, as being a creator that definitely stands by some of these, that spend daily trying to debunk and show people the truth, I do want them to know that I do stand with them. Although I haven't had to be as consistent, I've had other things in my life personal, and I also focus on other things. But I want to wrap this up with letting you guys know that I appreciate you showing up and listening. I appreciate all the prayers and things you guys sent me while I was out. And when you're off of social media a couple weeks, it feels like months. But guys, I've got a lot coming. I am also covering the Koberger case. I just put out a brief coverage of that. To get started, I will be doing a separate playlist with that to kind of keep up the new evidence when it's going to trial. So that's one I will be covering. Also, we are going to be talking about what is going on down in Aruba, okay? Because there are new evidence evolving, and it is really big on the media still down there, even though we're not hearing as much in the United States. So that will be coming out very soon. I have also been working on. So there are things coming. Mom is home. And I really appreciate everybody. Guys, we have our memberships that really helps with the channel, with getting things that we need. I know you guys have heard, like getting FOIAs, little things that we need, transcripts, all that you have to order. It does cost money to be able to bring you factuals, information, and to stay on top, to anything to invest in your channel. So thank you very much for becoming a member, and also for any super chats, anything. I really appreciate it. And guys, this concludes today's search, and I will see you on the next episode. Have a good evening, everybody. And remember, make sure to hit the notification, guys, so you don't miss the next episode.